Hey guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash Royale. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at this insane strategy the Zane from Brian Fan Club Family is Power came in with. He came in with 15 Inferno Dragons, 6 of those skelly spells. This attack has been sweeping the current meta, people coming in with it all over the shop, and I just wanted to showcase this one in particular. It was an absolute banger, but this isn't the only godly triple we have in this video. Brian Fan Club put up a 14-star war. They were very, very close to putting up yet another perfect war. This was in the Winter Cup, so don't go anywhere. We are going to be ending the video with this godly attack, so make sure you guys stick around. Let's roll this intro and jump into the action. Alright, so the first hit we are going to be taking a look at comes in from Delinator here from Brian Fan Club. And if you guys have watched any of those other Brian Fan Club videos I've been putting out recently, most of the wars and stuff I've been putting out have been Brian Fan Club. If you are interested in checking some of them out, I will maybe include a couple of them in the description, maybe chuck a couple in the cards, or you can just, you know, click on my channel, go over and check out some of the other ones. But they brought in 2 perfect wars recently, and it doesn't look like they're going to be stopping anytime soon. Delinator has been absolutely smashing it recently with these super witches, and once again that is exactly what he's going to be bringing in. Zaps down on the bottom section of the base, then brings in that Grand Warden to start creating the funnel. Super witches coming in very, very quickly here. Sometimes we see them slightly more staggered going into these sort of attacks. He does take his time here on that poison spell, but it actually is pretty effective there. You can see the poison spell does go down on and catch pretty much all of those clan castle troops right there for Delinator to just continue pushing on through this base a little bit. Super Witches though slowed up right here at the start, wants to make sure they try and push through, you know, just that little bit quicker, try and really get them into that town hall and go over that jump spell. But unfortunately here for Delinator, you can see he did drop down this jump spell right there, but none of them really have gone in towards that town hall compartment. Finally, we're going to get a couple going in with that town hall already going to work. You can see we have taken a lot of damage onto our healers, so we do have to drop that Grand Warden ability, and unfortunately here that jump spell is almost wasted. Nothing went over it. The Queen didn't even manage to make it, and the Queen's kind of separated from the main pack, and she did end up going down. So unfortunately here for Delinator, he's going to lose a lot of time on the clock. That jump spell not where he wanted, or maybe it was where he wanted it to be, but the Super Witches not playing ball and they didn't go where he wanted it to go. So timing already a little bit of a factor on this attack coming in from Delinator, but he's still got a minute on the clock, and these Super Witches are finally going to at least use that jump spell. A couple of the big boys hopping over. We've got a minion already starting to come in from the bottom. He knows that time is going to be the big issue coming in here. He only has his Grand Warden, his final hero up right there, and the army of Super Witches that came in initially. As you can see, they are just trying to push around the back end of this base as quickly as possible. We've still got that single target Inferno and the Eagle Artillery lurking up there at the top of the base, but yeah, sad times here for Delinator. It doesn't look like he's going to quite be able to make it round. We will speed this up to ×2 as those big boys make their way around the right hand side of the base. You can see that Grand Warden sniping down the cannon, continuing just to try and get as much % on the board as he can. But the fact that those Super Witches didn't take the jump spell really costed him a lot of time here. They had to bash through that wall, eating up some valuable seconds, and it does end up a 96% 2-star. Very unfortunately, this was the only 2-star the Brian Fan Club brought in this Winter Cup war, and it was 4% away from grabbing them that perfect, but it's still a really, really nice hit coming in there from Delinator. One of the only 2-stars I've actually seen him bring in with these Super Witches, and you can see just how close it was to tripling. But let's not hang about, let's jump straight into the next attack, which of course is going to be a godly triple. So the next attack we are going to be taking a look at is coming in from Crunk, who likes to consider himself the bench man. Now, he loves to just sit on the bench and watch from the sidelines, but more recently he has been doing quite a few of these wars himself, and he's been performing incredibly well. Now, the last couple of times he's been on my channel, he has brought in those triples, and he has carried for his team, but you can see he's going to be coming in here with that Queen charge to kick things off. Hybrid is going to be his strategy of choice, of course, bringing in that rage spell nice and early. That Queen already starting to take quite a beating there, getting a Kokoloon in, which unfortunately doesn't catch anything. Smartly freezing up that RC, which can do so much damage. Also does catch the multi. Obviously, that's not going to do too much work. Freezing and poisoning up those super minions. Maybe should have been, could have been better dropping the free spell down on the headhunters there rather than super minions. Unfortunately there for Crunk, you can see he decided that he just needed to pop that queen ability, didn't want to take any risks on losing her, so he does end up having to throw down that ability, burning through it pretty quickly. Queen will continue though to make her way up this left hand side. Looks like we have already committed 3 rage spells, a poison, a freeze, and her ability, and we've only really got into this first compartment here, but the funnel is set and created over here on that left hand side. Looks like when she gets the contact with that enemy king, she probably is going to go down. In fact, she does hit that tornado trap, she catches the Tesla farm, and the Grand Warden does a little bit of work. But the good thing about these hybrid attacks, as always, if you get those healers to switch on over to your hogs and miners, they are going to be able to get an incredible amount of value, which is exactly what they do. You can see those healers switch on over to the miners in the center of the base as those hogs and a small group of miners make their way along that right hand side. Out come those hoggies from the siegebacks. They are going to do quite a nice job here at just cleaning up this top section of the base as everything else pushes their way through the center. Healers get a really nice switch over there onto our Royal Champion. That's just going to continue to bring her up a little bit, trying to push her back up in health. We do need to end up popping her ability right there, which unfortunately means she... Unfortunately, it looks like she will be targeted by that king, which is exactly what's going to happen here. And those healers, we could have done with them maybe switching on over to the miners there. They had taken a lot of damage. We could have done with them getting some healing. The RC does go down. We still got those healers up, and they're going to set on these troops on the outside of the base, actually bringing that P.E.K.K.A up just a little bit to do some tanking here for these last couple of structures. You can see we've still got a couple of cleanup troops to come in. We've got a balloon, a wizard, but all these troops came out of that siegebacks. The P.E.K.K.A, the wizards all came out of the siegebacks, and that is going to be a godly triple coming in right there from Crunk. Very, very nicely done indeed. So let's jump out of this one and check out the next triple in this war. Alright, so the next one we are going to be taking a look at comes in again from Hertha, who just seems to have thrown his Lalo out the window. If you guys watched the last Brian Fan Club video I had out on the channel, that perfect war that they brought in, they yeah, this is what Hertha came in with, or a slight variant of this strategy. But you can see he drops down. Actually, he uses a double invisibility spell. Doesn't take any risks. He drops down that rage spell as well, trying to get as much value from this, I like to call it a wimp. Some people call it a blizzard. You can see they get a decent chunk here, maybe not quite as much as I was looking for, but he does clear out a really good chunk of this base. We actually see an Inferno Dragon, which is an interesting defending clan castle troop right there. Going to be coming out of the clan castle, just chipping away at some of our buildings. Some of our troops and heroes, sorry. It does lock onto our golem, so we need our queen to step up here and deal with it, which is exactly what she does. Rest of the golems now going to be coming in from this left hand side. We get those super wizards coming in behind, and you can see this base is relatively clumped up over here on that left hand side. We can get some really nice value from these super wizards as long as those scatter shots stay focused in onto those golems, as do some of the other splash damage defenses. Bringing in yet another one of those super wall breakers. That is going to open up that compartment there. Smartly, Hertha drops down that heal spell in the middle of the base there. That is going to bring these super wizards that were chilling in it back up to full health as they make their way through that king, freezing up the multi, the bomb tower, and a couple other buildings there in the middle of the base, just trying to give these troops a chance to really push on through. Luckily here for Hertha, that queen is going to be in range of that town hall, so she can take it down right there. Does still have the RC on the back end, which is going to come in, deal with that single target Inferno as the Golemites are tanking for it. We really don't have too many super wizards left up, but that super wizard blimp at the start and then the initial push into the base got enough value that these heroes can sweep around the back end and tidy this base up quite nicely. You can see the king's actually chilling here as those super wizards come in behind. A really nice combination there, the king tanking, super wizards chilling. Queen unfortunately going to get stalled up here on a wall, but the RC still with her ability in hand is going to quite easily tidy up the back end of the base. You can see a balloon minion combination going to take down the wizard tower at the top, and that's the second triple of this war for Brian Fan Club. Pretty much swagging a couple of the abilities there. Didn't need the queen, didn't need the RC. Not too sure how close this was on time. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments because I completely missed it. But that is another triple there coming in from Brian Fan Club, and it's great to see Hertha experimenting with a few different strategies, even if it is a little bit of spam. But without any further ado, we'll jump in and we'll check out this next attack, which I believe is coming in from my hero, my idol, the legend that is Russell. Alright, so Russ comes in here with a drag bat, and he knows me so well. This is by far my favorite attack strategy. You can see we've got some ground expos lurking here in the center of the base, which is optimal to come in with a drag bat. 3 single target infernos as well. The wizard tower is relatively clumped up. I can see exactly why Russ thought to do a drag bat here. Bringing in a couple of giants there at the start. Unfortunately, that single target inferno didn't lock onto them, so we're going to have to burn through a couple of free spells here. Are they going to be able to get that single down? Yes, you can, just in the nick of time. I'm going to be able to grab that other wizard tower right there. Might even be able to sneak that cannon. She does indeed do so. Nice value there from the RC coming in at the start. King and Queen following in behind this ice golem over here on that right hand side. Dragons and these balloons going to be making their way in actually from the top section of the base, which is an interesting path for them. They are going to be pushing at some point against this sweeper, which I always hate going right against the sweeper, but Russ obviously knows exactly what he's doing. King and Queen doing a great job funneling over here on the bottom right hand section of the base. Out come those clan castle troops. We do throw down that poison spell right there, but unfortunately the clan castle troops kind of just funnel straight out of the poison spell, but we are going to be able to get them down relatively quickly. Dropping that eternal tome ability, only catching a couple of dragons over here on that right hand side, but that is going to be enough to take down the town hall right there. We are going to bat bomb over on that left hand side of the base. Russ obviously a little bit worried about that scatter shot at the bottom, having to commit another freeze to the bats coming in from the left. We've got one more freeze, needs to make sure he gets it down on the scatter. Down it goes right there, because that can retarget in a split second. The bats now quite close to the dragons, which always worries me as well. One red bomb can end them really, and as I was saying, that a red bomb catches those bats. Really smart play though, bringing in an ice golem to tank for that last wizard tower. And he ends up having quite a lot of dragons left up in the back end. And this is one of the nicest drag bats I've seen from Russ. Usually he's kind of more of a Lalo hybrid, Yeti sort of player. I've not seen him do too many drag bats, but he knows how much I love it. So I like to think this one was maybe dedicated to me. Very, very nice hit though coming in right there from him, giving them another triple on the board. And of course, you guys saw it at the start in that cheeky introduction. We have got an absolute banger of a last attack coming in, which does come in from Zane. It is this Inferno Dragon skeleton attack. So let's jump out of this one and go and check that one out. So this is the base that Zane decided to use this strategy on. He's got a couple of those sneaky goblins, which is going to be coming in here over at the top left hand side of the base. Those are going to be used just to try and clean out some of these structures, maybe sort out the funnel a little bit. 6 skeleton spells, 3 rage spells, 1 free spell, and a boatload of Inferno Dragons. And this is... well, this is some spam. He chucked in a couple of those sneakies, and then he just brings in all of these Inferno Dragons in a massive tight group here, dropping that Eternal Tome ability nice and early to propel them through that Giga Bomb, through the Town Hall, which can do so much damage. Double scatter shot there in the middle, going to be tanked for by these skeleton traps. So it's a really, really smart play bringing in those skeleton traps, because it can tank for the singles, it can tank for the scatters, it can tank for some of the single targeting defenses, and he just gets so much value from them. He has now committed all of his skeleton spells in the middle of the base, but he's still got so many Inferno Dragons, quite a lot in the middle, couple on the right, couple on the left here. Queen making her way around that right hand side as well. Down goes the single in the middle. Inferno Dragons start to get chipped down a little bit here. RC going to be making her way in from that right hand side, but look at the overkill in this base. I cannot even put into words how absolutely well and truly smashed this base is, and it just goes to show the power in the meta right now, how incredibly strong so many different strategies are. Now, I saw Klaus using Super Barbarians and tripling with it. He used Barch and tripled with it. I mean, the meta right now is insane, but this was a beautiful hit coming in from Zane. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing a few more different strategies like this. Maybe me putting out some more specific guides on how to do something like this rather than just covering one of it in a war. I'm always looking for you guys' opinion. Let me know in the comments what sort of stuff you are looking for on this channel. If you want some more Town Hall specific content like Town Hall 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever, attack strategies or base guides or just wars, or me doing wars myself, me showcasing attacks, anything like that, let me know in the comments. I'm really looking for your guys' opinion on this. But yeah, appreciate Brian Fan Club as well, letting me hop in and checking out this absolute stunner of a war. You can see 14 stars to 10, they won this 99.2%. Of course, Delinator unfortunately 4% away on his attack from bringing in that perfect board. But a huge shout out again to the boys in Brian Fan Club for just being absolute gods, giving me a huge amount of content for my YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. As I said, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see on this channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video, whenever that's going to be. Peace.